Hey guys, welcome back. This is week 2 of the HCS trading challenge. This week I finished with 4.2%. I'll try and be a bit quicker this week. So we're going to be starting off with my trades on GU. I'll be going through the whole week and then I'll be moving on to the other symbol. Starting off with Monday, I just had a positive break-even day. I wanted to buy off of this order block. I did. Stops below here, but it came out and touched me out here, stopped me out. It did carry on a little bit higher, but eventually broke down anyway. I should have entered, been here. I wasn't at my computer, but it would have been wise to enter here. Recently, ICT said in his spaces that during weeks with high impact news, such as this week, it's good to get yourself positioned on Monday, as you can catch the full move, which was the case this week. With Tuesday, I had a couple of stop outs. I finished the day 0.5% up. I had too many stop losses, which greatly reduced my profit. Here, I entered a short here as we had a big rally, so I thought we could short it. But I took a small partial here and then got stopped out. So I waited a bit longer. We had the news, big rally. I thought it would continue up faster, so I had a couple entries along this way down, as there was numerous entries that I saw, but this one ended up being the profitable one. I had this entry here, stops below the low, and then it went all the way up. I managed to close right at the top actually, which was pretty nice. Obviously in partials, not the full position unfortunately. Let's have a look on Wednesday. I had one stop out. I finished Wednesday 1% up. I had this one stop out. I thought it would just continue rallying, but it did have the retrace, so I waited a bit longer. Entry, and then I actually closed it out around here. This was after the news, obviously. I exited around here. And that was Wednesday. Thursday, around here. I think this was after the news as well. I thought it would carry on higher. I had this entry here because these lows weren't being taken, so I just took the rejection block here, had the stop loss below it, and it moved up a little bit, and I closed it relatively fast. Thursday was 2.44%. This was only 0.5% profit. My standard entries are 1/4% risk. I prefer 1/4% risk to 0.5% risk, as it gives me more tries, and with my style it just fits me better. I had a number of stop losses here on this day. Let me show you the whole day. It was very choppy. Honestly, I should have just stayed out, but I wanted the full week green, so I got a bit greedy, I guess, and I thought we'd have a stronger retrace because of the positive DXY news on the Friday. I saw this structure forming, and I was looking to enter here on a limit order, but the challenge I have to stay under 1%, so I didn't really want to risk the possibility of it spiking up and knocking me out over 1% risk. So I just waited for after the news. Before the news actually, I did have this one entry. I saw it sweep here. I thought it would leave the rest of it, especially this one, for later, for the positive news, which was in fact true, but it did sweep it one last time here. I entered here after this got swept. I was targeting probably a bit, this high here, but this was my first TP. Unfortunately, it was just shy of it, and I just just hesitated and didn't take a partial, which is unfortunate. It came back down here and stopped me out. No worries, positive. And then here was the news. Since it was so positive for DXY, I expected it to just keep selling off and confirming my theory, but it wasn't. It wasn't the case. I think it'll sell off into next week as a result. So I entered here straight away. To be honest, I was in profit for most of this time. I think I even had it somewhere here. Oh. I had a profit most of the time, but then it came back up. I think I had one more try here, which was a bit silly. I thought it would, yeah, it was a bit greedy. Then I got this entry here on this order block, tight stop, and it was going well, but it went back up. And then I got this entry here again. It was just up here, the stop loss into this FVG. And then that actually worked. I got a bit impatient and closed it here, but I still got a tiny runner, like a quarter of a lot. Oh, into next week, we'll see what happens. Maybe it will go down. There's a lot of liquidity here waiting, and with the positive DXY news, I expect it to sell off a bit here. So that was GU. It was my most traded this week. Let's have a look at EU. Very bullish, very bullish. So on Tuesday, I had some trades. I fumbled a bit here. Yeah, I did a lot of fumbling on this GU trade. First, well, I saw this big drop. I saw it going up, so I wanted to short it back down. But once again, too early. It went back up here. So after such a big break, I sort of expected it to carry on higher. Which caught me out again. I tried to long it a couple times here, but yeah, it came back down. I should have saw that this was a liquidity sweep. It's taking out enticing shorts. So now going to buy side, taking out buy side, now back to sell side, and going for this liquidity here. So took a couple losses there. This was Wednesday after the news. Once again, I thought it would just carry on straight up since it was very bullish, but I did get stopped out once, and then the second entry here was fine. I managed to close it right at the top, but it did carry on higher. I should have left a partial there. This was Thursday. Once again, after the news, I believe the news was positive, disguised as negative. So we had a sweep down, bounce, and then it respected this order block. As soon as it respected it, I just went long. Stops below, and I think I targeted this high, but I just closed it manually, which gave me a couple extra pips, which was nice. And then no trades on Friday. Next we have JPY. I only took a couple trades here, but they were nice trades. This was on Tuesday. This was my first trade. I only took one, and I hit my stop loss, so I just left it behind. I was taking a lot of losses on EU, so I was clearly not in the right frame of mind, not on the right side, so I just left it and focused on one. Here on Thursday, I had a very nice trade. The news once again was bearish disguised as bullish, so I didn't let myself get tricked. This was a big liquidity sweep, same with EU and GU. I entered, I believe, on this retrace, as I didn't think it would go higher, but I had my stop above this order block, respected it, and then shot down. This was a nice 70 pips. I wish I had a little bit more risk on that, honestly. That was a very nice trade. And I was coming for these lows here. Lastly, my best trade this week, honestly, it was EG. I talked about this in the group. To me, this was a big AMD model. We had the accumulation here, the manipulation into the weekly order block here, and it clearly respecting it. Additionally, we were below the weekly open, below the monthly open, so all these factors give me a lot of confidence to long this back up. Additionally, I used the swing low theory, where 3 days is enough to make a swing low, with the Tuesday being the low. As soon as the new day started, I just set an order with the stop loss at the low, with the assumption that we won't get taken, left it into the day, into the rest of the week. I'm still in this trade with a tiny partial. Unfortunately, I got a bit too impatient and closed most of it around here, which was at barely like 10 or 20 pips. Yeah, somewhere around here, which, yeah, should have waited longer. This was a bit of a swing trade, so I definitely should have set it and forget it. I'm honestly targeting even as high as here. I think this will be my first partial. I say first, one of my last partials. This will definitely be a partial, and then maybe I'll even leave a tiny bit to go up here. So these are my stats for this week. As you can see, every day was profitable. I'm currently on 7.75% with 4% this week, 4.2% this week. I'm currently in the first place, which is great. We'll see how the rest of the month goes. Looking at my last week's outcomes, which ones did I follow, which ones didn't? With the wider stop losses and let the stop losses play out, I did do that. Although I took quite a bit of stop losses, more than I'd like to take. So yeah, that'll be one of my things for next week. Take smaller partials at first and let profits run. I did let more run, but I did still take. Oh, I did take more partials later on, but I think still not enough. Don't enter so many trades at once. I sort of listened to that one. Stay from Nasdaq. Stay away from EU. Listen to those, although EU confirmed my AMD theory and it's on its second leg of distribution. Wait for deeper retrace. I was still too impatient. Should have waited for deeper retraces. Don't trade the afternoon when the morning was profitable. I did do that. Don't close the trades at break even when the price hasn't moved. I did do that and it was very nice to me. That was good. This week's outcomes: leave runners instead of closing the whole position. There was so much movement this week, especially with the new forex system. We need to leave more runners and things like that. Swing trades need time to unfold. Leave them alone. So this is the EG trade. I need to give it time. Be patient. I'm a day trader. I usually do couple minute, couple hour trades. Multi-day trades. I'm just not used to it yet. I had a similar problem with AU where I closed it way before it was time and missed out on a lot of profit. Don't let yourself spiral with losses. This was the problem on Tuesday. Fortunately, I did manage to get it back, but I need to be more conscious about that, more mindful when I trade, and be more patient with the re-entries. Similar to what I said here, I need to take less entries, be more patient. So we'll try and work on those into next week. Thank you guys for watching. I think we're bullish DXY next week. We need a retrace, and with that Friday news, we're primed for that. I hope you guys join me next week, and see you guys later. Bye bye.